Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and about a year ago I gave you a review of the Rigiet Dobot handheld stabilizer motorized gimbal for smartphones and for action cameras. And so at that point I just went back and I went over my review again, and I saw that at that point you were paying about $250 for this. And so I'm here today for two purposes. Number one, to just quickly detail a few updates to this gimbal, but then also to tell you about an extremely lowered price point on it if you're interested in purchasing one, but also ways where you can enter into a giveaway. And I've got a brand new one of these to give away to one of my viewers in that space. And so just a few updates here. First of all, as I covered before, now this gimbal, it's got a few new features, particularly through the app, including the ability to do face tracking. So let's take a quick look at how that works. If you have this mounted to, for example, a tripod, how you can set it up to track an object automatically or track a face. And so let's take a look at how that works. Okay, the system of using the face tracking is fairly simple. You see there's a little box down here. You're going to press that. It will turn blue, which means it is active. And then what you're going to want to do is to draw a green box or box over the face of what you want to track in this case, and then it will turn green once it's active. And so now hopefully it's on the face of my cat. Ferrari! Ferrari! Come here! Come here. And this is why you don't use cats for your subject. Fortunately, I had a more willing subject in my son, so let's take a look at how it worked when I selected his face instead and show you that footage. Okay, I've enabled the face tracking on my son Ryan here, and so I'm not going to be controlling anything. The gimbal is on a tripod, and so it's going to show how that now that I've selected his face, he's going to move around here. You can see that as he moves around, it's automatically moving the camera to follow him, and so okay, so Ryan, move away from it now. Move back, yeah, further into the room, and it's following him. Now try maybe moving a little faster side to side. Okay, faster still. So even if your presentation style is like a caged lion, it still tracks pretty well here. So as you can see, this works quite well, and it's certainly a welcome feature for something like that. And through the app, you have the ability to also do something like live streaming. If you're wanting to do a feed straight to something like YouTube or Facebook Live or something like that, you have the ability to live stream with that face tracking there. And so even if you're moving around some on the set, you have the ability for just to kind of set it up and forget about it in a sense. And so that certainly is a welcome addition. I did note now that they are including the bracket and the accessory in the box if you're wanting to use this with something like an action camera instead, GoPro or something similar to that. And so it's just a matter of swapping out here. And so instead of the assembly that would hold your smartphone, you now can just put an action camera there in place of that. And so again, just extending the usefulness of something like this. And so anyway, these are obviously extremely handy. Lots of people use their phones for either taking photos or for taking video, and so this is something that can allow you to get much cleaner looking, smoother footage than what you could before. And so right now you have a choice. You can either take a look in the description down below on how to join, number one, the competition. You can also take a look at the links to Amazon, where you can see the heavily discounted price now for just a little over $100 at the moment. You can get one of these, and so obviously it makes it a much more affordable item than at $250 US. And so take a look at that, and then if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the gimbal and my actual review of it, I'm going to roll tape of that review right after this. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and I'm here today to look at a different kind of motorized gimbal. Those of you that follow my channel know that in times past I've covered a number of different motorized gimbal systems, and I own a couple of them right now that I use in conjunction with my channel. Most of those, however, are for supporting and using, kind of my pro-level gear. And I've got, gimbals that will handle all the way up to my, full-frame DSLRs, and then a gimbal that's, kind of more good for my mirrorless type systems. But I recognize that the vast majority of photographers and videographers, if you want to use that term a little more loosely these days, around the world are actually people that are using their smartphones. And so most of the photos, most of the videos that are taken in our world today are taken with smartphones. And so today I want to give you a review of a motorized gimbal system, and this is the Rigiet and it is the Dobot, and it is specifically designed for smartphones and for shooting photos and videos off of that. And of course, in particular, motorized gimbal systems are best utilized for getting really smooth video footage. And so first of all, I want to note that the Dobot here, it comes in a really fantastic looking case, and part of what I really like about that is the way that everything packs very neatly into this case, which has it has a very cool, kind of looks like a combination between a kind of like a carbon fiber bike seat maybe to me, but very cool, very padded case, and it's molded inside to fit the gimbal system and a few accessories there, and so really nice there. Now, if you're familiar at all with gimbal systems, this is pretty much as expected. It's got an area at the bottom that screws off, and so that you can, of course, replace the battery, which in this case is a single 18650 battery. You can recharge it right in the handle, however, but if you do have extra batteries, of course, you can always swap out if you need extra time. Static kind of run time is about 5 hours. If you're doing a lot of, kind of more motor specific dynamic work, runtime is about 3 hours. Certainly enough to get far more footage than what your phone is going to be able to hold most likely, and certainly longer than what your battery is going to last for. So it's easy to actually charge the battery in the handle if you want to use that. You may have a separate battery charger, maybe you can use that, but the kind of built-in charging solution is that it has a micro USB port on the handle itself, which you can plug into, a standard USB charge port somewhere, and you can charge it up through that means. When it comes to kind of stabilizing, or I should say balancing out the gimbal, it's a really nice straightforward assembly. Number one, on the back of here there is a wheel that will allow you to just kind of quickly scroll out to work with a variety of different phone thicknesses, and so including the the popular plus sizes, and you can take a look in the linkage down below. There it gives a list of the kind of compatible smartphone models, but as you can see, I have got an iPhone 6S here in a case, and even with that you can see that there's plenty of room to spare. But as far as actually just kind of getting this set up, you just use the scroll wheel to tighten down on either side. It just kind of butts up against the housing on this side, and you tighten that down. And so then after that, it's a pretty straightforward matter of just using, as you would with other gimbals, except for in this case, you're only having to use one kind of major adjustment, and that is just to adjust here. And so as a result, you loosen that up, and you can make a few minor adjustments as I'm doing here. You can see there's plenty of latitude as far as the weight. And so there I have gotten a balance, and I hold that down. And so then after that, it's just a matter of holding this down to hold it down until it will go through kind of a stabilization routine. And once it's kind of stopped, then you can release that. And so now it is calibrated and it's ready to go. And so, of course, as you would probably expect, as most of these motorized gimbals do have an app, it becomes even simpler because the app is right there on your phone. And as far as monitoring what you're doing, you're monitoring there on the nice big screen of your smartphone. And so in terms of actual video capture, it's actually quite handy. And so here I've started up the actual app from the device itself, which gives you a lot of options. And one of the nice things, of course, that it's also given you, I'm just going to pair it up here. All right, so the pairing process is literally that quick. And so one advantage, of course, that you get now because of the app is that you've got a record button that also will, you can use for a few other things, but it's easy to just quickly click and start video capture and recording right there from that. And so, of course, as you're probably familiar with how these gimbals work, you have the ability to do a lot of different activities in terms of adjustments up and down. Now, understand that this is unlike some of the motorized gimbals, like some that I owned, you can't do a full 360 degrees. There is a limit to the rotation of how high you can go in each direction, and that shows you the limit right there. And so you are doing close to 360 degrees, but you can't keep on going. You have to just work within the limits of that. And as far as side to side, here are the limits of how far you can go there. Now, as far as using the actual gimbal itself, you've got a lot of different options on how you can use it. Of course, you can use it in this flat position like this. You can use it up in a position like this, and you can even invert it around, and it will reset for working, in the upside down position if you want to work it that way. As long as you, if you move it and you give it a moment to kind of calibrate itself, it'll be ready to go in the new position. In fact, you can even use it, if you are so inclined, you can use it in a horizontal, or I should say vertical type mode, if you're wanting to shoot video like that. And so you just you can physically put it into place, and as you can see, after you set it there, you allow it a second to stabilize, and it is ready to go once again. Now, a few other things I want to highlight. Along here on the side, you've got a couple of switches that will allow you to select different things, like if you want to do yaw and pitch, or yaw follow, or lock are the three different options that you have there. Center position is lock, and so in lock what happens is that, basically no matter what I'm doing, it's keeping it stabilized. And then, of course, if I'm in like a yaw and pitch type mode, it means that I have more options on stabilizing, going in and out, and various positions. Very handy for that. Of course, it also works great in selfie mode, as you can see here. Those that like to vlog, this is going to give you obviously smoother footage if you're walking along than what a selfie stick is going to be. Now, if you use the app, it gives you some more flexibility in terms of some manual control with the camera itself. Gives you options to access the different functionality in terms of things like slow motion or time lapse or time delay. One handy thing that it is good for is that if you're shooting panorama, you can switch it up into horizontal mode, and of course, because of the added stability, it's much easier to keep it going on a straight line there, and so you can actually get better panoramic shots. For me, it's most useful, I think, for video. So you also have the option of using the tripod mount, which here is actually on the side of the handle. It comes with a wrist strap that you can screw into that, just if you want a little bit extra security while doing that. So that's an option, but also you can mount into that and mount it on a tripod in a position like this. And so, of course, that gives you a stable surface to work from, while also, giving you the advantages that a gimbal like this brings, to where you can do some really stable type shots. I think this would be a great option, even on a small, like kind of mini tripod like this. If you're wanting to do something with, say, something with food, or something at a low kind of table angle like that, you could do some really smooth pans, and just some creativity as a part of that. So a few different options there. For me, the most handy thing about this is for I tend to use my iPhone sometimes for some B-roll type footage. Maybe it's just something so simple as that I just quickly want to do a, zooming into a lens, or, something like that. As a result, I just find that a gimbal like this is very handy because it's small and it's light, and it's easy to get nice smooth footage. For me, it'd be B-roll footage, but for you, you can get great footage, video footage, just using one of these gimbal systems. And it's surprising how good the 4K quality is on some of the, recent smartphone cameras. Now, in terms of limitations, I've shown you how the range of motion is a little bit more limited than what some gimbals is. I also find that there are a few occasions where, as you reach toward the limits, you get a warning kind of sign that's coming up that's warning you that motion is limited. And so in some ways, maybe the motor power isn't, you know, quite as powerful as some, but at the same time, I'm not pushing the limits at all because it also can support the weight of the larger Plus models. And so anyway, it seems to you know, do the job of what I'm trying to get it to do. Materials here are nice. It's a nice balance while still being light. There's a grip surface here, and the net weight is only 480 grams according to this, and so as a result, you know, it's not nearly as fatiguing with this kind of combination as what using more heavy gimbal combinations tend to be. So a lot of versatility there. Now, one other option that you actually have by an accessory is that you can actually add an action camera, and the accessory is basically, obviously then the action camera, obviously. The accessory is just a little bracket that holds on, you can fit into that. You also actually have a source here where you can connect micro USB into the action camera to give you some control from the handle itself, and so that's certainly nice. Some of these switches on the side, they will also double. For example, down here, if I hold this down, it will actually switch into a zooming mode in and out, and so it gives you some versatility on that, and some other options. If I just click it quickly, it will switch the camera, so now I'm in selfie mode here, and a quick click there will switch it back. And so, you know, just a few nice things there. Through the app, you also have abilities to tweak the behavior of the actual gimbal itself, the follow speed, the pan speeds. You can update the firmware, you know, different things like that, even do a, you know, gyroscopic calibration, different things that will help you to get the most out of your gimbal. And so, you know, all in all, it's actually quite a nice package, and I particularly, again, like the presentation. It even comes with like a shoulder strap, so if you want to, you know, carry it along, that's great. It's also small enough that it fits easy, like into my everyday backpack that I use from Peak Design, and so just a lot of things that make this a useful tool that I certainly will be using moving ahead on my YouTube channel, and I actually got a second one of these for my daughter's YouTube channel because I know it's something that she will use and actually suits her style a little bit more than what it even does mine. Now, in terms of the cost, right now at B&H Photo, these run you right around $250, $260, and so not cheap, but at the same time, obviously a whole lot cheaper than the, you know, typically around $600 plus that it costs for the more expensive motorized gimbals. So I would say, using that as a base point, this is probably priced appropriately. And so if you want to keep an eye on that, if you look in the description down below, you can see I've got linkage there to some buying links for it if you want to purchase one for yourself. Also, just to get some more specifications, information, make sure it's compatible with your smartphone. Check out all of those things. And of course, if you haven't already, you can follow me on social media. And please click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.